Liz Valvano here, bassoonist of the Red Rock Wind Quintet, back again in this video series to demonstrate a series of rehearsal techniques, starting with cueing. Cueing is a very important aspect of playing in the wind quintet because we do not have a conductor to help guide our entrances and tempo. As a bassoonist, sometimes we are required to cue the ensemble, indicating when to start and how fast to play the piece. So, when do we cue? There are certain times that the bassoonist is asked to cue the music. First, we are asked to cue when we are the instrument that starts the piece or the section of music. Second, we are asked to cue when we have a part that contains a steady rhythmic pulse, especially if the music is complicated. Finally, we are asked to cue sometimes simply for the comfort of the rest of the ensemble, for our instrument is large and we are centrally located in the quintet. Okay, but how do we cue? There are a few ways we can easily and clearly cue the ensemble. My favorite way to cue gives two pieces of information. One, when to start, and two, what the tempo is. So let's dive into the basics of cueing. Some basics to cueing the start of the piece include the importance of eye contact. We cannot know if our fellow musicians are ready to play unless we look at them. First, look around the ensemble, making sure everyone is ready to play. Another basic is the idea of establishing tempo, the second importance of cueing. Next, I take a few moments to internalize the tempo and the mood of the piece. Then I'm ready to cue. This process is comprised of moving my bell in 3 motions. A downward motion to start the beginning of the cue, an upward motion to give the tempo relative to the first downward swing, followed by the final downward motion that serves as the cue to begin. I also time my breathing so that my inhale to begin playing is in time with my movements. It looks like this. Here is a snippet of a live performance by the Red Rock Wind Quintet, demonstrating this cue in a real setting. Here we are playing Ligeti's 6 bagatelles. Trying to be subtler to the audience, or if I'm cueing in the middle of a piece, I cut out the first downward bell movement, so I'm only raising my bell to signify the start of the cue, then lowering it as the cue to begin the new section. This looks like this. Here is an example of this cue in real life, demonstrated by the Red Rock Wind Quintet in November 2019, performing Ligeti's 6 bagatelles. Finally, I'd like to close this video with a few tips from my experience in the wind quintet. Cueing feels really awkward at first, but it is the saving grace of playing in the wind quintet. Don't be afraid to explore the motions that work best for you. Practicing in front of a mirror while recording yourself can be extremely helpful. In addition, your quintet will give you feedback whether your cue is unclear. It makes life a lot easier if I've already looked at the score before our first rehearsal, so I know my role in the ensemble before we begin. This promotes a very productive rehearsal environment, ready to discuss the music and rehearse with ease. In rehearsal, when the ensemble decides I am cueing a section, I always mark it in my part so I don't forget. That's all for now. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye for now.